Did you know that how you eat is just as important as what you eat? Hi there, my name is Michelle Dowker. I'm a wellness strategist and dietary coach with an educational background as a naturopathic doctor. So many of us in society have a tendency to eat quickly, eat on the go, eat while we're distracted, eat while we're stressed, eat while we're doing other things. Does any of this sound familiar to you? It's pretty common. But did you know that doing all of these things can actually affect how much food you eat, how you're able to digest that food, and the level of satisfaction with that food, which will actually affect the rest of your food choices? So first of all, the speed at which you eat. So many of us have a tendency to eat quickly, eat rushed. And so what happens is that it takes about 20 minutes for our brain to get the message from our stomach that we've eaten enough food. And so if you're eating food really quickly, you might eat it within 5 or 10 minutes and your brain hasn't gotten the message yet that you've eaten enough. And so what can happen is that you can end up eating much more than you typically would if you would have eaten that meal at a slower pace. And so this is especially important for people who might be trying to lose weight, lose excess weight. This simple little trick of just taking your time when you're eating your food, as opposed to eating quickly, can actually significantly impact how much food you're actually choosing to eat. And it's just a simple little thing. It's just changing the rate at which you're eating your food. Now, the other thing as well is oftentimes we have a tendency to eat distracted. So we're doing other things while we're eating. We're watching TV, we're looking at our phones, our tablets, we're doing other things. Maybe we're driving, we're walking. And so when we're not actually focused on our meal and what we're eating, what can happen is that you can end up finishing what you've just eaten and not even notice that you ate it. How many of us are having a bowl of popcorn, let's say, while you're watching a movie, and you're eating your popcorn while you're riveted to the television screen, and the bowl of popcorn is gone, and you didn't even notice that you ate it. And so your level of satisfaction with what you just ate is very low because you weren't actually paying attention while you ate it. And it will increase your chances of actually wanting to go and get a second helping. So if you actually take your time and pay attention while you're eating it, then your level of satisfaction with that thing that you just ate can be a lot higher and reduce the likelihood of you going back for seconds. As well, when you eat rushed, when you eat stressed, when you eat distracted, this can actually impact how you're digesting your food. We have two different nervous systems. We have the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. So those are the scientific terms. And so the sympathetic nervous system, that's our fight or flight response. So the sympathetic nervous system is activated when we're stressed out. It activates a series of hormones. Hormones are chemicals that will communicate with different parts of the body to tell us to activate things, upregulate things, or downregulate things. And so when that fight or flight response is activated, there are certain hormones that are released that will affect where the blood flow is going in your body. It will go to your heart, your lungs, and your large muscles to help you fight back or run away. But when you're in fight or flight mode, you have very little blood flow and nerve conduction to your digestive system because you don't need to be digesting when you're in the process of fighting for your life. So the other nervous system is the parasympathetic nervous system, and this is called the rest and digest nervous system. And so when you're calm, that's when blood flow and nerve conduction is optimal to your digestive system to help you optimally digest and absorb the nutrients from what you've just eaten. And so this works best when you're calm. So if you go and sit down to a meal, say for example in the middle of the day when you're stressed out at work, and then you go and eat while you're working, while you're stressed and while you're distracted with your work, your digestive system is not going to be optimal. And this can affect how you digest your food, which can increase the tendency for things like gastric reflux and heartburn and other digestive troubles, and it can also affect how you absorb the nutrients that you just absorbed. So, my tip for you is to take your time when you eat. Slow down. Really take in what you're eating. Take a look at it before you put it in your mouth and notice the textures, the smell, the aroma. And when you put the food in your mouth, put your fork down in between your bite and really chew. Once you're done chewing, then pick up your fork and put another forkful in your mouth and put your fork down. This can help you to slow the rate at which you're eating. And as well, instead of doing other things, really sit down. If you're gonna have a snack or if you're gonna have a meal, instead of sitting down in front of the television, sit down at the table and really focus on what it is that you're eating. This can really help to improve the level of satisfaction that you have with your meal or your snack, and it can help to prevent you from eating more than you would have liked. I hope these tips are really helpful. Remember to hit the subscribe button below to access more videos like this as they come out. And have yourself a great day.